Okay.
Turn that light off in the bathroom, can't you?
Well, I didn't know I left it on. Yeah, I turned it off.
Turned it off on anything.
Today?
No,
Okay.
you need to do that.
I go in there a whole lot, so I might forget to do it.
You forget to look.
I do. That's for sure. Wait a minute. On that now. That might work. That works. Ew, what's that? Y'all pay? What the heck? You couldn't have waited 5 minutes? I'm glad you didn't do it. Here, let me have it. That's all. You better not eat my chickens. I mean it. I'm gonna zap y'all. Hey, Lucy! You better be good. You better be good, girl. All right. Yeah, we'll do that one. Come on. Eddie, get up. Hey, where's Lil? Get. Go. Let's go. We're gonna go walk. Let's go. Now, go. Go. No! Let's go. Come on. Quit. Ah. Come on. Alright guys, let's go.
Bridging the ancient world of the Bible. From the ruins of Ur to the deserts of Mesopotamia, we trace the steps of those who carried forward the divine promise. Among them, one man stands at the crossroads of history and destiny, a man called to leave behind the grandeur of his homeland and embrace an uncertain future, guided only by faith. Abram, son of Terah, who was descended from Shem, the son of Noah, through Arphaxad, Salah, and Eber, sat quietly under the vast expanse of the night sky. The stars, countless and radiant, stretched like a tapestry across the heavens. This was the lineage of promise, a family chosen and preserved through generations. From Eber came Peleg, from Peleg came Reu, then Serug, Nahor, and finally Terah, the father of Abram. Beneath the vast expanse of the night sky, Abram sat in silence, the stars above him glimmering like jewels on a dark canvas. The desert around him was quiet, save for the whisper of the wind brushing against the sands. Suddenly,
Get in
the
there.
stillness was
Get in there.
shattered by a voice, powerful and unmistakable. Leave your country, your kindred, and your father's house.
Come here, Lucy.
And go to
Come
the
on.
land that I will show you.
Lucy,
The command carried with it both a challenge and a
come here.
promise. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will
Lucy.
be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and curse those who curse you, and through you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Abram's heart stirred within him. Though 75 years old, he rose the next morning with a resolute spirit. Without hesitation, he began preparations to obey the divine call. He gathered his wife, Sarai, his nephew, Lot, and all their possessions, leaving behind the familiar comforts of Haran. Their journey began, the horizon before them filled with uncertainty, but illuminated by faith. The road to the land God had promised was long and fraught with challenges. Abram and his household traversed rugged terrain and wide plains until they reached the land of Canaan. Passing through the plains of Moreh near Shechem, they saw the Canaanites living in the land, a stark reminder that this promise would not come without its trials. There, the Lord appeared to Abram again, declaring, "To your offspring I will give this land." Overwhelmed with reverence, Abram built an altar to the Lord. Moving further, he pitched his tent on a mountain between Bethel and Ai, building another altar and calling upon the name of the Lord. As the days turned into weeks, their herds and flocks grew so large that the land could no longer support both Abram's and Lot's households. Their herdsmen quarreled, and Abram, with humility, proposed a solution. "Let there be no strife between us. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left." Lot chose the lush plains of the Jordan Valley, pitching his tents near Sodom, a city known for its wickedness, while Abram remained in Canaan. After Lot's departure, the Lord reaffirmed his promise.
Right now, right now, right now.
Lift your eyes and look to the north,
I gotta brush you too.
south,
Get in here, right now.
and west. All the land you see,
Y'all know
I
better.
will give to you
Been
and
no
your
one better.
descendants.
Don't get off that porch. Don't you get off that porch.
But the wickedness
Don't you get off of it.
Sodom and Gomorrah rose before the Lord,
Miles?
demanding
Where you
judgment.
at?
One
Where's
day,
he at, Dad? Have you
3
seen Miles?
visitors came to Abram's tent. Among
Where's
them was
Miles?
the Lord himself,
Where's
who
Leah?
revealed his intention to destroy the cities for their grievous sin. Abram, deeply concerned for the righteous within the city, interceded with God. Will you sweep away the righteous?
Get here right now.
with the
Go. Let's
wicked?
go right now.
Suppose there are 50 righteous
Get in the house.
within the city. Will you spare it for their sake? The Lord answered, if I find 50 righteous in the city, I will spare it. Abram pressed further, lowering the number to 45, then 40, 30, 20, and finally 10. Each time, the Lord agreed, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. The angels entered Sodom and found Lot sitting at the gate. Lot welcomed them into his home, but the men of Sodom, consumed by wickedness, surrounded the house, demanding the visitors be brought out. Lot pleaded with them, even offering his daughters in their place. But the mob was relentless. The angels intervened, striking the men with blindness, and urging Lot to gather his family and flee. We are about to destroy this place, they warned. For the outcry against its people is great before the Lord. At dawn, Lot and his family fled the city, urged by the angels to escape to the mountains without looking back. But as fire and brimstone rained down upon Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot's wife, overcome with longing, turned back. In an instant, she became a pillar of salt, a solemn monument to disobedience. From a distance, Abram looked upon the smoldering ruins of the cities, a stark testament to the justice of God. Even amidst these trials, God's promises to Abram continued to unfold. One night the Lord appeared again in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am your shield and your exceedingly great reward. Abram, burdened by his lack of an heir, replied, Lord God, what will you give me, seeing I remain childless? The steward of my house, Eliezer of Damascus, is my heir. But the Lord assured him, This man shall not be your heir. Your very own son will be your heir. Leading Abram outside, God pointed to the stars. Look now toward the sky and count the stars if you can. So shall your offspring be. Abram believed the Lord, and it was counted to him as righteousness. Years passed, and the weight of waiting began to bear heavily upon Sarai. Though she had faith in God's promise, her advanced age seemed an insurmountable barrier to its fulfillment. Despairing, she devised a plan and approached Abram. The Lord has kept me from bearing children, she said. Go, sleep with my maidservant. Perhaps I can build a family through her. Abram, swayed by Sarai's words, agreed. Sarai's maid Hagar was given to Abram as a wife. In time she conceived. But as her pregnancy progressed, Hagar's attitude towards Sarai changed. No longer the humble servant, Hagar looked upon her mistress with disdain. Sarai, wounded and humiliated, confronted Abram. May the wrong done to me be upon you. I gave my servant to your embrace, and now that she knows she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me. Abram, caught between his wife and the mother of his child, replied, Your servant is in your hands. Do to her as you see fit. Sarai, in her pain, dealt harshly with Hagar, and the maidservant fled into the wilderness. There, by a spring of water on the road to Shur, the angel of the Lord appeared to Hagar. Hagar, servant of Sarai, the angel said, Where have you come from and where are you going? Hagar replied, I am fleeing from my mistress Sarai. The angel spoke again, this time with both command and promise. Return to your mistress and submit to her. I will so greatly multiply your descendants that they will be too numerous to count. You are pregnant and will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand will be against him. Yet he will dwell in the presence of all his brothers. Humbled and comforted, Hagar declared, "You are the God who sees me." And she named the spring Bir Lahai Roy, meaning the well of the living one who sees me. Hagar returned to Abram's household and bore him a son. Abram named the boy Ishmael. He was 86 years old when Ishmael was born, and though this child brought joy, he was not the fulfillment of God's ultimate promise. Ishmael grew under Abram's care, and as the boy matured, his spirit became bold and untamed. True to the angel's prophecy, Ishmael's presence became both a blessing and a challenge. His lineage would one day lead to a great nation. The tension simmered within the household, setting the stage for future conflicts. Yet God had not forgotten his promise to Abram and Sarai. 13 years later, when Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared again, declaring, "I am Almighty God. Walk before me and be blameless. No longer shall your name be Abram, but Abraham, for I have made you the father of many nations. As for Sarai, her name shall now be Sarah. I will bless her and give you a son by her." Abraham, astonished, fell on his face and laughed in his heart. Shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, who is 90, bear a child? But God affirmed his promise. Sarah will bear you a son, and you shall name him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him, an everlasting covenant. At the appointed time, Sarah bore a son, and Abraham named him Isaac, the child of the promise, the one through whom God's covenant would be fulfilled. Ishmael, Abraham's firstborn, watched as his father's joy and attention became centered on Isaac, the son destined to inherit the divine blessing. Though Ishmael was deeply loved by Abraham, the tension within the household grew, especially between Sarah and Hagar. When Isaac was weaned, Abraham held a great feast to celebrate the occasion. But during the festivities, Sarah saw Ishmael playing and was overcome with bitterness. She turned to Abraham and demanded, "Get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac." Abraham was deeply distressed, for Ishmael was his son, and his love for the boy ran deep. God spoke to him, offering reassurance. "Do not be distressed about the boy and your maidservant. Listen to whatever Sarah tells you, because it is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned. But I will make the son of the maidservant into a nation also, because he is your offspring." With a heavy heart, Abraham obeyed. Early the next morning, he gave Hagar and Ishmael provisions and sent them into the wilderness of Beersheba. As they wandered, their water supply ran out, and Hagar, overcome with despair, placed Ishmael under a bush, unable to bear watching her child die. She sat at a distance and wept bitterly. But God heard the cries of the boy, and an angel of the Lord called to Hagar from heaven, saying, "Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying where he lies. Lift him up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation." God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. Hagar filled the skin with water and gave Ishmael a drink, saving his life. The boy grew up in the wilderness of Paran, becoming a skilled archer, and his mother found him a wife from Egypt. In time, Ishmael
on the
fathered
porch.
12 sons, who became leaders of their own tribes, fulfilling God's promise that he too would become a great nation. Ishmael's legacy extended far beyond his immediate descendants. The Islamic tradition, as recorded in the Quran and other Islamic narratives, Ishmael, known as
You
Ismail,
found the remote.
holds a
Where at?
revered place as both a prophet and the ancestor of the Arab
On the bed,
peoples.
yeah, up under a blanket.
Muslims view
On the
Ishmael
bed,
as a
on the
figure
bed.
of profound faith. And according
Thank
to
you
his
for your
narrative,
help.
it was Ishmael, not Isaac, who was nearly sacrificed by Abraham in an act of ultimate obedience to God. This act, commemorated annually as Eid al